Hey, Obias checking in here. So, I watched The Pale Blue Eye. It's a dark murder mystery flick on Netflix filled with twists that examines human sacrifice rituals. The film goes down in New York in 1830 and is based on a novel by the same name. It follows a veteran investigator named Augustus Landor that was hired to investigate the horrific murders of soldiers at a military academy. The bodies of the soldiers were found mutilated and hanging with their hearts cut out, indicating they had been sacrificed by devil worshippers. During his investigation, Landor reached out to an old friend named Jean Pepe, who had expert knowledge on the dark arts, that told him about two infamous French witch hunters. One was Pierre de Lancre, who torched about 600 witches, and the other was a priest named Henry Leclerc, who flamed about 700 witches until he was accused of being a devil worshipper and was burned at the stake. Henry Leclerc documented his work in a book called Discours du Diable, which is French for devil's speech. Within the book, he left behind instructions on how to achieve immortality through a demonic ritual he must have learned from the witches he smoked. Edgar Allan Poe was asked by Jean Pepe to read a verse from Pierre de Lancre's witch hunting memoir that stated, "It is commonly known amongst the fraternity of evil angels that the contents of a witch's Sabbath feast are confined to the following sundries. Unclean animals such as are never eaten by Christian peoples, the hearts of unbaptized children, and the hearts of hanged men." This verse indicates that a witch's demonic energy may be connected or fueled by an unholy ceremonial feast where unclean animals and hearts are on the menu or are sacrificed on Sundays. Eventually, it's revealed that Henry Leclerc's descendants include Dr. Daniel Marquis and his family. The doctor's daughter Leah was suffering from a terminal illness that caused her severe seizures, and she was given 3 months to live. I think her seizures caused her to hallucinate having all those conversations with her great-great-grandfather, Henry Leclerc, who she claimed advised her she could regain her health with the immortality ritual he outlined in his book, Discours du Diable. The book was rumored to have been destroyed, but the Marquis family somehow had it tucked away in their home's library. Leah's whole fam, including Brother Artemis, a soldier at the academy, facilitated the ritual sacrifices in hopes they would end her seizures. Her pops helped by failing to conduct Leroy Fry's autopsy properly and missed the fact that he had an injury to the back of his head and had a piece of a note clutched in his cold, dead hands because his medicine failed her, so he attempted to cover up their demonic ritual practices. Landor realized the family was involved in Fry's dissection after he found a soldier's jacket in the family home. The ritual required for the sacrifice to be done by a magician within a dark magic circle that had a triangle in it, all drawn with blood and surrounded with candles. During the ritual on Edgar, Leah recited demonic chants while holding Fry's heart. Then she marked her face with blood. Edgar's chest was also marked with a triangle in blood, possibly to connect the two with a demonic energy and to indicate where they had to cut the heart out during the extraction ritual for immortality. Leah and her family initially tried the black magic ritual for immortality that required a human heart in an attempt to save her when the opportunity to dissect Leroy Fry's deceased body presented itself after he was found hanging and brought back to the academy. The ritual on Fry had to either be a flop or only partially effective because Leah's seizures continued, though her pops said it improved her condition. She didn't eat any unclean animals or have the heart of an unbaptized child during the ritual, so that may be why it was ineffective. It's also unclear if the ritual was performed on the Sabbath, but regardless, the family decided to try the ritual again on Edgar Allan Poe, the poetic sucker for love who was easily seduced and drugged by Leah. The only reason Landor had enough time to interfere with the sacrifice is because there were hella demonic phrases Leah had to recite for the ritual spell. Human sacrifices to please different religious gods or to the devil in exchange for a blessing that usually turns out to be a curse or for eternal life has been practiced by many human civilizations all around the world. And it continues in our present day, especially in third world countries where some people are trapped in poverty, so they turn to the dark arts out of desperation. The witch hunting priest that was featured in this film, Henry Leclerc, was a person that they made up for the flick, but Pierre de Lancre, who was also mentioned in the film, was a real-life French judge who conducted a massive witch hunt in France in 1608 at the order of King Henry IV. He wrote 3 books about witchcraft, which made some believe he also dabbled in dark arts. The books he wrote analyzed Sabbath werewolf transformations and demonic sexual relationships with witches on the Sabbath, such as incest between mothers and sons at the end of the Sabbath to birth demonic children. This was a dark murder mystery that turned into an interesting revenge story, but my main beef with this movie was its runtime. It definitely played out way too long. Other than that, the film looked authentic. The dark visuals and eerie background music were a nice touch that gave it a horror movie vibe, and overall I enjoyed the mystery aspect of this film, so I'm gonna go ahead and run The Pale Blue Eye 3 mics. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the film in the comments below. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure that you like and subscribe. I have movie related content dropping every week, so like and subscribe, and I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video, alright? Holla at me. Ha. I came from uptown, way uptown. Renegade, I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way